Hi everybody. Just wanted to make a response to a comment that I found on another video. And I asked this particular person if they would give me permission to read their comment on my channel and to also respond to it. This person wants to remain anonymous, so I'm not even going to disclose their YouTube channel name, but I felt that the way they wrote and what they wrote was very pertinent to my channel and the message that I want to get out about workplace mobbing and narcissistic abuse within society and the acceptance of narcissistic abuse within society. I hope that my perspective will give some peace to this person because they happen to be entrapped with a narcissist in their house. So I have been there, and it is absolute hell to be coming to terms with the realization that you're dealing with a sociopath and actually being within their domain. It's a very helpless and disheartening experience, and I hope that you can get to safety. And I know that you will get to safety as soon as possible. Also, my story is very much like yours, and it's been 3 years since I've ever contacted the narcissist, actually more than 3 years. And I can tell you that it only gets better from the point where you go no contact. It may get worse before it gets better, but you have to stay the course. You don't have a choice, because any place is better than being with a narcissist, because it's a vortex to be in the same house as them. Any sort of progress that you'll make is going to be uprooted, destroyed, and etc., etc. So your priority should be to get out as soon as possible. And with that said, I'm not saying that it's an easy task, but that's my opinion, for what it's worth. So, on to the comment. People at work would talk about me behind my back and nicknamed me crazy, I think. Never really found out what was said, but a couple of people actually had the nerve to call me crazy to my face, not knowing that I was struggling every minute of every day in an abusive romantic relationship. It was a recreation of my father's narcissistic abuse on me as a child. Of course, my toxic relationship distracted and detracted from everything else and affected my work, concentration, focus, and everything else. I even fell for another narc at work after finally leaving the first one. After only one date, he continued to slander me at work for over a year. Everyone thought I was a horrible person, but they never even talked to me. They just talked about me. When they found out I was abused, no compassion or kindness, only fuel for their fire of hate because I was vulnerable. That workplace was just as toxic or more than my abusive boyfriend. Horrible, evil people. I'm glad you recognize that. I hope there's karma and justice. I did leave that job 2 years ago and have financially struggled ever since. They didn't really know me and never tried to get to know me. Gossip is another monster because it's all hidden from the victim who can't defend themselves or set the record straight. At the job, they turned new people against me too. And they followed blindly like sheep. I'll never know why they hated me so much. I just kept to myself most of the time and tried making some new friends. It was always difficult to have friends in my life, especially here. How did I end up being their scapegoat? They had no idea what I was going through and how hard it already was for me, and had been my whole life. Every day I worked there, I felt like I had to confront evil. I wonder who is their scapegoat now that I'm gone. I began being abused at home as a child, and then found an adult abusive relationship. I was then abused by coworkers, ended up right where I had started, at home with my original abuser, my father. First of all, I'm not saying this in a patronizing way. I don't want you to think that at all. But the first step for you to resolve this difficulty is to get away from the narcissist. And I'm not trying to, because I remember when people would tell me that when I was still with a narcissist, with the original narcissist, with the narcissistic mother that I had, I would get infuriated at them because I felt like they were asking me to move Mount Everest. Because that's how it feels when you're in this zone. You feel so defeated by life because it seems as though the world has conspired against you. To a greater or lesser degree, I would think that is true, that the world has conspired against you, because it's an unfortunate fact of humanity that people are not willing to stand up for people that are vulnerable within society if it doesn't suit them. I have continually struggled with this fact. Case in point, I had a fight with my friend's husband, and it was a very vocal fight where I got very pissed, extremely pissed. I can't tell you how much I was pissed. That on the one hand, these people were professing that they're a perfect Hispanic family, and yet my friend has a bastardized half-brother that his father had with a maid, and he disinherited his son and treats him as another person. And so I got into a very vocal fight with them. And the guy is like, why are you doing this? Why are you getting so passionate about this? I'm like, because I feel like it. So unfortunately, we live in a society where, for whatever reason, people, if it suits them, a lot of the time they will not defend what is right, but what is in their better interests. And this is a horrible, horrible fact that most people don't have to confront with as much clarity as you have to confront, because you're on the receiving end of this fact. You're on the receiving end of the fact that a lot of people will not save you, will not confront people that are abusive, but will, on the other hand, see something wrong with you, because at the end of the day, they want their paycheck, they want their social circle, they want their gossip, because it makes them feel better about their disgusting, vapid, and listless lives. Okay? And so, at first, this confrontation with this reality is so painful, and it will continue to be painful for a long time. I don't know how fast you can recover from it, but it took me a while to come to terms with that. However, I will tell you that on the other end of this journey is a dismissal of people that are like that. I do not condone child abuse. I do not condone workplace mobbing. I do not condone anything of that sort. And I am a person. So if I exist, there are more people out there that think like me. And there are more people out there that are 1,000% with you, on your side. 1,001%. You just don't see them because you are in a sociopathic collective. You are in a mob that feels better about itself by destroying a person, a single person, when they're vulnerable. So it would be like you standing in America and there are a bunch of children and parents and white folk that are looking at you, and you are a colored person that is being lynched, okay? And these parents happen to have pathological views, or maybe not even have those views. They have inherited those views from the pathological society that they live in, and are sitting there and are feeling better about themselves because you're being lynched and they're not. And those people do not count. And you will come to a point in your life, I guarantee it, if you run away from these narcissistic abusers, where you unequivocally and confidently and without any resentment or any sort of shame point the finger at them and say, you're fucking crazy. All of you are fucking crazy. And you feel confident in that. Because it is crazy. There's nothing normal about it. And there never has been anything normal about it. But unfortunately, it is the dark side of human nature that people a lot of the time will do what's convenient for them. They don't have loyalty to what is right. But you have a great opportunity after having gone through this experience to be one of those people that champions what is actually right and not what is convenient to you or what will make other people feel better or what will advance your career. And you have every right to not like those sorts of unprincipled motherfuckers who probably somewhere down the line will be in a similar situation to you and maybe may even come to the same conclusions as you. So the point is, you have something that nobody else has in this entire situation, and that's integrity. You know, I'm not sure if you have siblings, but you have more integrity than all of your siblings. And integrity is not something you can buy with money. It's not something you can cheapen either. People may try to cheapen your integrity, but at the end of the day, your integrity is going to go with you to the grave. And these people will have wasted their integrity. They will have wasted their lives pointing the finger at somebody else when they could have been actually thinking about how to make themselves better people, or more developed people, or smarter people. Because it takes a lot of energy to hate on somebody. Believe me. The more you hate on people, the more you realize how much energy it takes. Even hating the narcissist takes energy from you. I'm going to continue this video because I feel very passionate about what you wrote, and it really resonates with me, and it resonates with so many other people. And I really respect you for having gone to this point, because you're strong. You're stronger than them because you see the truth.